All right. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is the FEL Cracow. That's right. The upper bracket finals between REYNOR for Basilisks. Just Basilisk, but they're not called Basilisk Gaming. I guess they technically are Basilisk Research Group, right, is the sponsor. But it is Basilisk, and of course playing against Team Liquid's CLEM in the top right side of the map. It is the upper bracket finals, a best of 5. Now, there is a grand finals after this. The loser of the match will have to go beat someone else in the loser's bracket to get another chance. But one upside, if you do lose this match, but then you win the lower bracket finals, I don't think there's any disadvantage going into the grand finals. So, in a way, you could say this series isn't as important. On the other hand, I mean, it's still you still don't want to have to go fight like Showtime or whoever it is who's going to make it through in that lower bracket. I haven't really kept up with this whole tournament, guys, but people told me, got to cast the upper bracket finals, got to check it out. REYNOR versus CLEM, big match. So I figured, you know what? We'll take a little break, a little diversion from our EWC coverage, since this was, I think, a week or two after EWC. It was a LAN tournament in Poland, and really cool to see other tournaments just hosting. I'm not sure what the prize pool was. I think it was about $10,000. So not a bad prize pool at all, and also a good chance for these guys to come and compete in person with some local attendees, everyone kind of getting on down there. Chat says this was 2 days after EWC, not weeks. Wait, really? So the players flew directly to Poland straight from Saudi. Okay, wow. Fair enough. That's like the old days of esports used to be like that, man. Like back when StarCraft was at its absolute insanity, and there's people just going from event to event to event, traveling all around the world. And Counter-Strike, not sure if they're still like that, but when it was at its peak, there were so many different competitors for CSGO. It was crazy as well. All the players and commentators were just living in hotels, going from one country to another and never getting a chance to go home in between. We actually have an update from Twitch chat. One of the admins who was there at the tournament, Pi, who I think was observing the tournament actually, right? Says, in fact, REYNOR and CLEM both had travel issues leaving EWC, so there's like flight delays or something. So they actually arrived in Cracow as the first games were already starting of the tournament. Oh, that's sick. That's crazy. Okay, Reaper's coming in, starting to bounce these drones around. Oh, Zergling's going to try and push back the Reaper. Dude, is he building 8 Zerglings? REYNOR's going all in? What is this? Oh, he's just massing Lings because it's a 2-racks. Okay, I see. I was like, there's still a lot of Zerglings to build for 2-racks Reaper. And dude, he's losing a lot. Oh my gosh, this is bad for REYNOR. He's already lost like 4 Zerglings. If he loses drones as well, that's terrible. He didn't build a queen in the main base straight away. That's why. Oh no. Because he wanted to go for the quick 3rd hatchery. But that means he couldn't afford the queen straight away, so he had to build extra Zerglings while that queen was delayed. Now, this one queen does get up here from the natural, but Link speed's still a while away. Now, don't get me wrong, REYNOR's got the fast 3rd, so if he can defend without too much damage, 1 drone goes down. 1 drone, 5 Zerglings. If he can defend without too much more damage, it's okay, because that very quick 3rd hatchery will give him really nice lava production. He's now up on 2 queens with a 3rd one building. Good drone pull away. Yeah, CLEM can't really go any deeper here. Oh, good queen micro as well. The Lings aren't here, but Ling speed's almost ready. Oh, that Reaper with Reddit points came dangerously close to coming in and getting shot. Okay, Overlord's going to pull back. We've got Stim, Reactor on the way, and a 3rd command center on the high ground. Factory should be going down. He's going to want to swap into Starport soon. Lings are going to come out. Oh, it's a crisp Ling speed timing, isn't it? I think CLEM might not have been expecting it quite so fast. Does lose 1 Reaper, but gets himself 1 or 2 more Lings, and at the end of the day, you've killed an Overlord. You've got 6 Zerglings. You've got a drone kill. REYNOR didn't even see the 3rd command center as well, so losing that Overlord is actually kind of tragic. He should have been able to get that back to the ledge. Bit of a mistake for REYNOR, but he was, of course, occupied at home dealing with these Reapers. Oh man, I don't think he should be chasing. This seems like if CLEM can get these out, it's really bad for REYNOR. Okay, nah, I think he's got it now. Looks like he does trade a few more Lings, but he handles it. I think the problem with 2 Reapers is it just takes too many shots to kill a Zergling. When you've got 3 Reapers, you can 2-shot a Zergling. With 2 Reapers, it just takes that 3rd volley, it just takes too long to actually shoot the Zerglings down. So I feel like when you've got 3 Reapers, you really need a good number of Zerglings to chase it down. But I guess 2 Reapers just doesn't have that lethality and therefore is nowhere near as scary. Now with the Starport coming in, do expect, I would imagine, double Engineering Bay to be next, and then a 3rd Barracks. And you'll want to put a 3rd Barracks on this reactor after the first 2 medevacs are out. So yeah, double Engineering Bay for CLEM. And I think as soon as the Starport's done, he just starts a Barracks, probably with the same SCV. Bit of an awkward placement. He's kind of walled out his path between the buildings. Normally you do want to leave this a bit more open, just in case there is Mutalisk play. Otherwise you're obstructed. Still no 3rd Barracks. That is interesting, because he doesn't really have the money. He wants to start those medevacs, the tech lab. Fair enough. Third gas has to go down as well. Okay, the third barracks does just come down a little bit later with this build. There we go. There's that third barracks, which will swap onto the reactor in a little while. Third command center goes forward. Mass Zergling on the way for Reynor off just 51 workers. Carapace, he has enough gas for Carapace. There we go. Okay, so he starts Carapace now. So he's ahead on the upgrade, but he'll be behind on the upgrades, if that makes sense. Obviously, Clem here, a bit gas-starved himself, as he chooses to go for a siege tank before 1-1 upgrades, which means his 1-1's quite delayed. Okay, this is cool. This is very interesting, because if he forgets any longer, that's really going to screw him over. Ling's looking for a counterattack, but the wall's up. Reynor's got to pull back. Uh-oh. 16 Marines are here. He sent a lot of Lings across the map. This is so dangerous. I mean, yes, he could catch an SCV on the third, but if Clem dives when there's not enough units... Oh, he's got 9 queens. Never mind. 9 queens can probably stop this on their own. Queens will be able to at least slow it down. Oh, the medevac's taking big damage. Clem! Oh my gosh, he almost lost a medevac. Clem with a bit of an oopsie there. Lair does start up. We've got the 4th base in the bottom right side of the map as well. Second gas is up. Second Evo chamber does go down. And we do expect a Baneling nest in the next few seconds. Unless Reynor's going to try and play his Massling Ultra style. Every second that goes by without a Baneling nest, it looks like he might be doing that. Oh, he's really good at this style. It's kind of a shame we didn't get to see more Reynor versus Terran at EWC. Obviously, like, he played a lot of matches. I just wish we would have seen him play every top Terran, because I think his ZVT is so fascinating recently. But he does go... Okay, he's going Baneling nest, just very late. Not going to be able to make Baneling speed for a while. I think maybe he still goes Infestation. Maybe he does. He might do both. Ling Queen is here. Carapace not quite ready. He's going to push it back for now. There's Marines. Good micro by Clem. And I like that he pulled so far back, because if he got even a single shot from the Queen on the medevac, that would have been a problem. Now the 4th and 5th barracks are building the reactor. 8 racks! Guys, Clem's 8 racksing. I think he's just seen how weak Reynor is to this, and he's decided, you know, being decisive in this matchup, it's just been so good recently. Reynor's been struggling with 8 raxes for a while. Oh, wow. It's very unlike Clem to play 8 racks, but he's been mixing it in more and more. Really is the flavor of Terran these days. 2 tanks coming for... Oh, this angle is terrible. I don't think Reynor can fight here, can he? He's got a 5th base coming up on the left. He does have Lings wrapping around. But dude, look, you can't come in around this corner. Yeah, he just gives up the base. And it's the right call as well. Queens need to be careful, man. Oh gosh, his Queen's getting jumped on. But the Lingbane counter does come in. SCV is going to try and evacuate. Tank there is on the high ground. Queens do get jumped on. Dude, Baneling speed's nowhere near done. Reynor's in trouble right now. Clem's all over him. Clem's all over him, finding the Queens. He only loses 5 SCVs at home. Kills the 4th base. Smashes through all of the Queens. Oh, this is a disaster for young Reynor, guys. Sorry about that lag spike there. Don't know what was happening. Big thank you for the sub, Brazil made nuts. Whew. Where's 2-2? 2-2 has not started, whereas Carapace +2 is already about a third of the way complete, maybe a quarter. +2 does begin now for Clem. Okay, so the upgrades are good for Reynor, and he's got Burrow. But he's only on 69 workers, and his new 4th base has just popped up. So it's an awkward position, especially against the 8 racks. He needs to stay active with the counters. And this is what, yeah, you need to counter early. You need to counter early. Clem's ramps him up. His Marines are blocking him from raising his own depot. His Marines are blocking himself. The Lings are going to get inside. There is a tank on the high ground, but the Marines on the 3rd base are getting jumped on as well. Clem's whole army is F2'd home. He's realized he cannot defend this. Lings are inside. He does not have a wall off on the high ground. The tank is getting engaged by those Zerglings. He turns around. He says, you know what? I don't think I can go home. I'm taking too much damage. I need to do some offense as well. The Marine tank pulls back. Dude, the tanks actually block those Banelings pretty well, but the Marine's getting hit by the Banes. They're trying to run away. Clem with some pretty damn good micro there. Good scramble, dude. But he must have had to focus on that, which means 18 SCVs have gone down. The main base, a few Marines are starting to rally together, but the main and the natural have both been ransacked. So many SCVs falling. If Reynor can defend this 3rd base, he'll be good. He's fallen back now from killing those siege tanks, and oh my gosh, he gets a medevac and a bunch of Marines with the Banelings. Beautiful play here by Reynor. Scrappy backstabs. It's what you got to play against these 8 racks builds. You got to do the counterattacks. Oh, the repair does not get in from the supply drop. Clem tried to use the supply drop, which does actually heal down buildings. It gives a massive boost to hit points to depots that it gets dropped on, but it takes a few seconds to kick in, and it didn't have time there, so he just mistimed it slightly, loses the energy for no gain. Lingbane are doing good damage, but Clem still has a frightening army, and Reynor, he's going to have to be very careful. He's got Burrow. Burrow's finished. If he could burrow some Banes here, he does. I think Clem sees that. Surely Clem sees that. Clem knows. Oh, yeah, look at the way his Marines are trying to move around it. Third base, burning. 26 hit points. The Zergling's gonna burrow. Zergling's gonna burrow. Dude, he needs an SCV. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh no! The orbital burns down, and REYNOR does take game 1. An action-packed barn burner there. That was really interesting because when REYNOR's first big run by came through, I guess that was, yeah, I think at this point it looked really good for CLEM. It was just the upgrades weren't good for him. But then it's just no vision on this side. And I always feel like you should have like a depot or a marine there and one here as well. But yeah, just gets caught. Not enough units blocking. It's okay if the guys get in the third, but he cannot let them up the natural ramp. Really good run by for REYNOR. GG, well played. All right, guys. Well, I think even if he saves the orbital, it's a bad spot for CLEM. REYNOR takes a nice game 1. And remember, it was CLEM who accelerated the pace of that game by going 8 racks. And even then, he could have slowed it down and dragged it out, but he's going to go proxy barracks. Hello. Proxy. So this is a 2 racks marine rush by the looks of it. This is not something CLEM does very often. He's really metagaming REYNOR. This is fascinating. Chat was also pointing out there's a 900 gas bank for REYNOR at the end of that last game. Yeah, not much you can do about that when your hatcheries are dying and you're kind of just forced to keep making mass Zergling because of the intensity of an 8 racks pressure. Speaking, oh dude, this is so close. Dude, this is so close. It's only 2 racks though, not 3 racks. Wait, that SCV's late, isn't it? Guys, I think he messed up the build. Dude, CLEM hasn't practiced this build. This third SCV is gonna get there. Oh no, it's just a bunker wall. Ah, he's gonna go triple bunker. So he's gonna go bunker, 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 wall off the front. That doesn't, this is not a good map for that. This only works on ley lines. CLEM hasn't studied his builds. Guys, CLEM has not studied. On ley lines, the choke point is in range of the hatchery. On this map, it isn't. You could do a 3 bunker wall off and he can just build spines. I mean, your marines could hop in and out, but it's a long distance from the bunker to the hatchery. And he does build a third barracks. It's just really far back. That's late. That third barracks is very late. Okay, this is, yeah, CLEM hasn't practiced this. CLEM is doing a build he has not practiced, guys. Or at least practiced very minimally. Orbital's coming down. He feels like REYNOR's not going to be ready for this, but I do think he slipped up in the execution. On the other hand, REYNOR has no idea. And he's playing gasless, which means he can't even build roaches. He has to pull drones and surround. He has to go. Drones need to go. Drones need to go. He's got to pull the drones. He's not pulling the drones. He sees the SCVs. He sees the marines. The drones, very slow to pull, in my opinion. And CLEM is not actually going to go for the bunker wall off. He goes just for 1 bunker there. Okay. Will he go for another one? Doesn't have the money for it just yet. Here we go, drills. He's trying to drill. 12 drones come forward, gets us around a 1 SCV, but no one attacking the SCV on the bunker. Huge mistake there for REYNOR, potentially. He's going after those marines. Ling's coming out. He's got 1 drone attacking the SCV on the bunker, but that bunker's getting dangerously close to finish. The marines, finally one of those marines dies, but a whole lot of drones have gone down, guys. 5 drones, but finally 2 marines do fall. The bunker stopped at 98% complete. That's a huge problem if it finishes. But right now, there's only 2 SCVs here, and there's plenty of Lings and drones on top of this. Those SCVs, does one of them try to go get the build? No, he's just trying to pull to that right side. CLEM trying to start to set these marines, but there's a lot of Zerglings on top of them, and it looks like he's been somewhat shut down. These marines trying to start a step a little bit, but I'm surprised he wasn't started stepping a little bit sooner. 3 marines are building at a time. He's got a few marines together, but the barracks are just so far spread apart. And you can see here these Zerglings doing really well. Good focus fire for CLEM, does take down a few of these Reddit point Zerglings, but he's trapped in the open. And it feels like REYNOR, with that emergency drone pull, is now on top. He's got Lings on top of these as they're popping. Notice he's leaving Lings on all sides. As long as he's on all sides, the marines can never escape. That being said, 1 marine did escape. If it gets behind the wall off, that's going to help out a lot. But I think those Lings are going to catch it. And that's a big problem. Because if he doesn't have a marine behind his wall, it means he needs to leave SCVs just standing there repairing the entire time. And there's no way he can do it. Yeah, marine veers off to the right side, realizing he's not going to get home in time. And that is a disaster for CLEM. Because there is a 2 hatchery Zerg with a queen and a spine. And yes, there's no gas, but does it matter? REYNOR's going to go take a 3rd base, or at least go scout. The barracks have relanded. The barracks have relanded, guys. He's going to land the barracks outside the base and start rebuilding. Zerglings are there going after the depot. CLEM, he's going to be able to repair it. And he should just leave 1 or 2 SCVs repairing, because otherwise he'll repair it too quickly. CLEM did just run out of money. He just ran out of money. Whenever he runs out of money, they'll stop repairing. He's got to be careful. Marines are rebuilding on the front. There's a spine crawler coming forward along with a queen. He's going to try and force this barracks to lift as REYNOR. REYNOR all over it right now. Factory starts at home. Marines trying to get some forwards pressure going, but there's only 4 Marines together. The slow Zergling's causing real issues right now. The spine crawler even lands a tentacle inside that Marine's backside. He does get pretty heavily wounded. The Marines trying to stutter away. The Zerglings take out 1. Can they get another? Oh, Oh, good micro by Clem. Really nicely done, but how can you sleep while the barracks is burning? REYNOR is taking a gold base behind this. He is so confident that this has been shut down, and he's already going to the next step. Yes, there is a command center going down. The barracks actually gets killed. He doesn't even lift it. Clem, try to play a crazy strategy. Try to catch REYNOR off guard. He caught REYNOR off guard, but I think it's maybe not the best map for this build with how far the rush distance is. Even if it is quite good, that third barracks was way too late. Way too late to properly support the push. Orbital's going to come up. We've got a gas coming down. That's 2 gases going to be up here. So REYNOR's going to transition into 2 gas. I think he's going to go Roach Warren in the near future rather than Ling Speed. Just feels like it would be the easier, safer way to play the follow-up. It's 2 Marines building right now. He's redropped the barracks here again. Wait, what? So he's still not sending these home. He's still trying to keep up some pressure because he knows REYNOR doesn't have Ling Speed, but REYNOR comes in with a slow Zergling counterattack. Nothing there to deal with it. The SCVs have to run across the map to find safety, and that is a problem. Chat says they think Fusion Core is the play here. Well, Clem's decided he's going to go for second factory and third factory, so he's going to go for mech. Factory gets spotted there as well. He builds it in vision. That in of itself might be a tell. Barracks is going for a scout. These Zerglings do get cleaned up. Gold-based mining with 9 workers. Dude, look at this. Clem's like, hey, you don't have a third. Maybe I'm still in this. Dude, you don't even have a third. Clem's like, I've got a chance, guys. I've got a chance. Little does he know that there is a gold base fully mining right now. Clem having a bit of false sense of hope right now as he goes for mag field. He's going to keep trying to pressure with these Marines. A couple of Hellions. And then he's going to try and go into the battle mech behind it. Maybe if he finds that gold base, but without seeing the gold base, he's got to realize something's up. It's either gold base or mutas, one or the other. Might be misjudging this game. He might think REYNOR lost more drones than he actually did. It's always hard to judge these. You can see he throws down a depot, lowers the depot. We are on Clem's camera right now, trying to get inside his head. I know he spams his camera around a lot, guys. But he just doesn't realize. He has no idea about that gold base. 11 workers up over there. Mass Zergling, Ling Speed, and a Baneling Nest are all ready. I think REYNOR would like to kill him with a Bane Bust. I think REYNOR's going to try to get over here, roll in with Banes and Mass Zergling, and do what he can. Third command center starts for Clem. Clem still no idea about the gold base on the right side. I mean, it was crazy to do that in the midst of everything happening early on. It seems like something, well, when would you have had time to sneak a drone out? But REYNOR snuck it out in the middle of it. The moment he defended the first wave, and his Lings were on the barracks, he sent that guy out. Baneling cocoons are morphing. Sorry, my sound's a little bit dodge. Oh, my cable was a bit loose. There we go. That sounds better. Hopefully it didn't affect the sound for you guys at all. Spine Crawler Queen trying to defend. Transfuses on the spine. Pretty good. It has 2 armor. It's good against the Marines, but the Cyclone's doing well. Here we go. He thinks he's doing good damage. Little does he realize the door's open again. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Clem having his door down yet again. You can see that depot does get dropped, so it gets a few more hit points, but the Banelings are just going to bust right on through. He's got 1 Hellion, mate. The rest of his Hellions trying to come home, but he's got to defend the SCVs. He doesn't really have any time. The Cyclone Hellion's going to get surrounded there. The Banelings are looking for the big boom booms. I'd love to see a few Banes split into the mineral line. That's exactly what REYNOR's going to do. Some going after the SCVs, some going after the Hellions. He's going to go after this, but as the Hellions come back, this will be a successful defense for Clem. Dude, I can't believe it. Clem's actually going to survive here. Marines do get jumped on the natural. More Lings coming in. Hellions fall back to defend this. There is a Cyclone getting surrounded on top of the ramp. Hellions going to be able to take down the Banelings just before they connect. And the Hellion Cyclone does hold strong for now, trying to split his units, but only 1 Hellion goes to the natural. Cyclones do move down there. They're holding the choke point rather well. New Banelings have finished morphing in behind the main base. More Ling Bane comes in. REYNOR not going to stop. He knows he's got the advantage, and he wants to finish it right here, right now. 10 SCVs go down, make it 11. 3 more Banelings going on that natural. Clem trying to run, trying to hide. Duck and cover, duck and cover. Oh my gosh, get in the bomb shelter. 16 SCVs do go down. At the end of that, 46 workers for REYNOR, only 21 for Clem. Remember, there's a gold base going, but now there's also a 4th behind it, and a Roach Horn and a Lair coming in. REYNOR all over this matchup. Clem knows he needs counter damage. What's he got, though? Does he have Blue Flame? He does. He's got 5 Hellions, 5 Cyclones. They could take out a lot of Zerglings if they get a few good volleys. Remember, there are 6 Queens. They've got decent energy, or at least one of them does. So he can transfuse as well. There are 3 orbitals up right now, guys. Oh, pull back. Loses the high energy Queen. Bit of a mistake for Ray. Oh, I love the way the Blue Flame Hellions were waiting off creeps so they couldn't be surrounded. Cyclones tried to bait him in there. Ooh, here comes the Lings, though. Oh, he may have gone too deep. Clem getting deep in the Zerg territory, and REYNOR shoving those Zerglings in with a wraparound. Does get a bunch of the aliens. The Cyclone's going to go down as well. Cyclone's trying to spread backwards here. These Banelings not really connecting. 18 more Lings are building, and I think now, finally, Clem realizes, why are there Zerglings rallying from the right side of the map? Spinecrawler tries to build. Uh-oh. Dude, has REYNOR just screwed up? There's 4 Cyclones and 4 Blue Flame Aliens here. It's a good little force, but deep on creep and in the speedy zones, a very dangerous area to be fighting against melee units. Some Cyclones getting surrounded. A lot of Lings are going down, but it's a scary area to fight Zerglings, man. Zerglings on creep in boosty zones are one of the most insanely fast units in the game. Hellion Cyclone wedging himself behind the mineral line. There's only 2 Blue Flame Hellions left. Is it enough? He is taking down quite a few of these drones. Clem needs big damage, and he does find a fair amount, but a whole lot of drones surviving in the red. 5 workers go down. That brings them 5 or like 8 workers closer together. About an 8 worker advantage right now for REYNOR. Not that big, but of course, where is everything for Clem? He's got 1 tech lab, 1 reactor, doesn't even have an orbital on the 3rd command center. He's just been building SCVs this whole time because he's so broke. And now the roaches are out with roach speed and +1 almost here. I think Clem realizes, he's like, you're on 4 bases. I'm barely mining 2, man. He has to tap out. He's down 50 supply. When those upgrades hit in, he was going to get overwhelmed by roaches. REYNOR defends a proxy barracks, and I got to say, guys, Clem did not look like he planned this out correctly. It looked like he wanted to go 2 racks, decided to send that 3rd SCV way too late. If you're doing a proxy and you're not sure when to send the SCV, the general rule is send it earlier rather than later. You're already doing an all-in. You need to commit hard. But that 3rd barracks, I think, went down on about 18 supply, and that was just a bit too late. Yeah, that's so late. Compared to the other barracks, it's just too late. And too far away as well. If he had it closer and created like a choke point here or something, that would have been nice. I also think this barracks placement sucks. The barracks should be 1 space lower so that he could have a little choke point between the edge where his Marines could have retreated to. Because like he didn't have any choke points he could retreat to. And that's a huge mistake. Normally you want to have either a space between the barracks or a space above the barracks you can use as a choke point. All right, guys, what the hell? 2-0 lead for REYNOR already. Representing Basilisk in the top right is Team Liquid's Clem. And Clem, calm down, mate. Play a 3CC. Play a Alien Banshee. Play some standard stuff. To be fair, game 1, the 2-Rex Reaper was pretty straightforward. But he's going to have to clean things up, man. REYNOR's so good that you got to be organized, and you can't be throwing away sloppy 3-Raxes. Had to improve the placement on that 3-Rax, as well as get that 3rd barracks up a little bit faster. Hatchery does go down in the natural. That looks like it. That's hatchery before Overlord, so this is a 15 hatchery. Does an extractor trick to get 1 more drone, and of course we will be seeing a 15 spawning pool after the Overlord. Overlord goes down first. Spawning pool should be down in about 1 minute and 2 seconds, roughly. See, REYNOR's usually very tight on this build order, so he should pull 1 of these drones now. Maybe this guy. Yeah, that guy. Spawning pool. Yeah, minute. It was 1 minute and 1, just as it ticked over to 1 minute and 2 seconds. So very well timed. Continues drone production behind it. Of course, with that 15-15, he does not have to build Zerglings. Can just go straight for 2 queens. Now, I actually think building 2 Zerglings might become good again, depending on which Terran you're playing against. Because a lot of Terrans don't build 2 Marines. I know Cure still builds 2 Marines most games. Anticipating the 2 Zerglings that could come across the map, but since no Zergs have been sending 2 Zerglings across the map with the early spawning pool off the 15-15, I'm thinking there might be a spot to do it again, especially for average Joes. I think I should be doing it more on the ladder. I definitely think I should be doing it more on the ladder. But I doubt REYNOR will think it's good right now, as I haven't seen a pro do it in a while. Of course, very quick 2 queens. Spawning pool was already done for about 2 seconds before those queens started. That was a little delayed. He does build the 2 Zerglings. Ah, okay, that's interesting. So he is going to build the 2 Zerglings. I mean, that can obviously chase the SCV as well, but usually you'd try to run this out the left, dodge the Reaper, and get across that map. Ah, he wants to get rid of the SCV. Oh, hello. Okay, no, the Zerglings do dodge to the left. He's going to try and dodge that Reaper. So you see the Reaper comes in, Zerglings go left. Yeah, yep. So he's going to try and deny. And remember, like I said, a lot of players aren't building those 2 Marines anymore. In fact, Clem didn't build any. Did he go gas first? Oh, look at how fast that is. Yeah, I think he's gone gas first, guys. I didn't even realize that this is a gas first Reaper build from Clem. There is a gold base over there. The SCV hasn't scouted it. Clem's like, what's happening? REYNOR's tricking him right now with his weird expansions. I love it. Zerglings come in. There's no units at home, which means that Reaper has to go back. Dude, I can't believe I was just talking about this because I did not expect REYNOR to send Lings across the map. This gas first build is very much a meta build from CLEM. He does at least get the factory landed and does some really good micro with the SCVs hopping on and off to keep the building going. Oh, Zergling tries to get the SCV in the main, not quite able to get it. Beautiful shuffling there of those units around by CLEM. Keeps everything alive, but there's still damage. There's still idle time here. There's definite distraction going on, but very good handling for CLEM. That being said, CLEM once again is going to go, wait a second, where's your third base? He still does not know about this gold. Gas goes down just now. First gas just starting, as well as a Roach Warren. You could turn this into a Ravager Ling all-in. You could mine those minerals open, or in this case, CLEM's going to open them for you. Reaper Hellion comes forward. There's 2 Evos and a Roach Warren. Very smart for REYNOR to do that, because if you don't do this, he could just run in. So full walling means even if he tries to grenade a queen, there's no way in here until he mines this open. So he's going to mine that open, have to drive all the way around, and you just need to get over here to defend with your queens, which is, of course, what they're going to start to do, spreading some creep in that direction. Drones rallying away from this base to the safety of the natural as the second gas comes up, and a third gas. Liberator's on the way, as well as 2 extra barracks here. Oh, this is a 2-base build, guys. 2-base all in for CLEM. CLEM is not playing standard at all. He is not playing standard even a little bit. Evo Chamber goes down there. Doesn't really need it. He's just going to full wall himself for now to make sure he can't have a run-by happen. Too many Zergs doing these non-link speed builds have died to Hellion run-bys recently. Doesn't want to take that risk. We've got Queens going back to inject. He's pretty low on Queens, isn't he? Oh, he's only got 3. I was like, why is he building an Evo Chamber? But it turns out those Queens that were up front were actually his injecting Queens, guys. So he does stack injects there to make sure it keeps injecting, even if that Queen goes back to the front. Roaches are building, but there's no link speed, and that Liberator is going to come in and cause a bit of a ruckus. Oh. Can we not spoil results, guys, in the chat? Exclamation mark bracket. What is wrong with you guys? It's not that hard. What tournament is this? What's going on? It's the same every single time. Guys that are watching live, you're all regulars. I've seen your names all before. It's not that hard to type exclamation mark bracket without spoiling the tournament. Someone, this happens every week where someone's like, what's this from? And then like 10 people be like, oh, I remember this happened in a series. Maybe it's this series, or it could be this series where this other thing happened. I'm like, stop spoiling it for people who don't know what's happened. You can always type bracket. It's almost always up to date. I know I don't have it up to date sometimes, but come on. All right, guys. Roach Ravager trying to gather up on the front. I don't know if you guys spoiled anything or not. I don't actually know, but I just saw a lot of people theory crafting what series this could be, rather than using the chat command that is there every single time they watch this stream. So thank you for the love. I appreciate you guys for dealing with my my short temper. I'm just like, Ree. It's like when you don't have a chat command, Twitch chat will ask you the same thing 43,000 times. Then you set up the chat command and they still don't friggin' activate the command. Ree. Anyways, at the end of all that damage, guys, the Liberator got a lot of lost mining time, but not much direct damage. Gold base is mining, so right now it's good for REYNOR. But it's only if he can defend this gold base. He doesn't have roach speed started. His lair just finished. Oh, he's doing a good job of delaying the push out there. Remember, there's no stim just yet. Does take down 2 Marines. He cops a tank shot to the chin. The thing is, Clem's so all in. Clem's not even got a reactor on that barracks. Guys, he's going 5 barracks. 3 of them do not have add-ons. He's going completely all in. Hellions try to bypass. That's going to buy him a bit of map control. I think REYNOR should split just those 2 roaches or so to deal with that. He's got to look for bios on the tanks. Ling speed, carapace, and roach speed will be the big timings that make him strong. But right now, roach speed's not started. There we go. Finally, roach speed does begin. I think REYNOR needs to hang out with his army there. His whole army pulls back. Great drone positioning to trap those Hellions. That Evo chamber block comes in, but I think he sent too many units back, and now I think he may have to give up the gold base, guys. I'm not sure he can move out to defend it. Then again, the tanks didn't move forward. Clem's going to bunker push this. Wow, he's playing really cautious. He keeps expecting REYNOR to try to ambush him. And I think this is probably the right way to play this as Clem. Just take your time. Marines come forward. They stim. They take out a Ravager. The tanks start to land some shots. He's trying to bait this Roach Ravager into bad positions. Carapace is not there. Link speed's not there. Roach speed is not there. But it's changing. The timing may be slipping away for Clem right now. Link speed kicks in. Carapace is almost there, but the tanks now have position. This Roach Ravager needs to abandon. He's got to give this base up. REYNOR needs to get back through this choke point. He needs to get out of here. He's staying too long, mate. He's got to spread around this left side. If he wants to fight this, he's going to have to go from up there. But I think giving up the gold is probably the better decision. And indeed, he ends up having to give up the gold. Looks like 3 drones will go down, 2 on the minerals, 1 that he accidentally left on the gas. He's going to pull back to this base, but that means right now he's a 2-base Zerg against a 2-base Terran. And that's something that gives Clem a lot of calm confidence, because he knows you cannot stay 2-base on 2-base for long. The longer this goes, the worse it is for Zerg. It's you who's a little bit more desperate. That being said, there is a giant Carapace Roach Ravager army out, and these guys could swing in that left side at any moment. Biles do spread across the front. Oh, I love the way the Biles are trying to bully him, but that army does look a little small. Does Clem realize? Clem, oh my god, his depot's down again. He doesn't even need to have the depot down, and yet his depot's down. Guys, is he gonna... If he dies to that depot being down for the 3rd game in a row, that will actually be wild. And of course it's down! Oh no! Pants down, Clem! Roaches do run in. 185 supply for Zerg. This is the perfect time for trading. He needs to trade away from that big Marine tank army. It's exactly what he's going to do. Roaches trying to deal with the SCVs, trying to kill some of these Marines as well. I think he's got to get in that main base, though. Pick off more of these SCVs. You see the Roaches running away, trying to make it as hard as possible to deal with. Meanwhile, main army runs up the front at the same time. Where are the tanks, guys? Did he just lose his tanks? He's lost 3 of his tanks. He's down to just 2. The tanks got left behind. They got caught by the Roach Ravager coming up here. Oh my gosh. Okay, the tank's going to try and siege Clem's last stand on the natural, but the tanks are exposed to Biles land. He has to lift the orbital just to dodge the Biles with his Marines, but the tanks are already all gone. The Roach Ravager with Carapace doing so nicely. Biles on the ramps. Good movement with this Ravager micro. Ravagers do outrange Marines, but the medevac healing is very good. Reynor's got to be a little careful. Doesn't really want to lose these Ravagers. He's going to try and stand his ground and fight. A couple of Roaches do go there for high ground vision. Does he get enough Biles for it? No, he only got 2. He finally gets the tank down. This is a really costly fight for Reynor. Very, very costly. Loses a lot of Roaches and Ravagers, but Clem has almost nothing behind it. 16 workers only. Reynor can just gather up one more big ball of Roach Ravager. It's going to be so hard for the Marines to recover. They need every bit of value they can possibly get right now. This is absolutely bananas. Marines coming forward. Let's go. Medevacs dancing around. We've got these Medevacs trying to fall back as well. More Marines moving forwards. Here we go. Going to try and drop on top of the Queen. That Queen is going to go down. GG. Clem does have to tap out. Reynor just has too much stuff. And a gold base, again, I love these gold bases. I love these clever strats. Clem tried to play aggressive. He really tried to take the fight to Reynor in this series. But Reynor was clever. He handled everything with poise. He gets the 3-0 victory and goes to the grand finals. GG. Well played. All right, guys. And of course, Clem does end up actually winning, I believe, the losers bracket in this tournament. Finals. I don't think that was a very exciting series. If it was, you guys let me know. I might go back and cast it. But I guess that means tomorrow's video is going to be Clem versus Reynor rematch in the grand finals in a best of 7.